Hallelujah. And so we know the first beast, which the Lord gave me the revelation. I know the first beast is whom we say he is, the beast in the White House, because the Lord gave me another revelation where I saw him, that he was shot. He was shot. He was badly wounded. Hallelujah. And he was in bed. I seen his wife, First Lady. She was there, Secret Service and all that. Hallelujah. And there was a turmoil here in America, but that was all in the tribulation. And everyone, when he got healed, was like worshiping him, New York City and everywhere. Hallelujah. And it's going to be terrible, my brothers and sisters. Terrible. What is coming to this country and the world. Hallelujah. Because what they're going to face is the tribulation very soon.
But that Jesus told her that we will not be here when World War III begins. Then Savannah said she saw the whole world break out in war, and she saw bombs exploding all over the world. And the Lord said, what you are seeing is the beginning of World War III. Then straight away the vision switched to America, and she saw Obama standing in a large open place like a field. And she said that she saw he received a gunshot wound to his head, and he fell down dead. She said that the Lord showed her that he will get shot sometime about 3 years after the rapture takes place. And then Savannah said that she saw Obama come back to life 3 days later after he was shot. She said he will come back to life because Satan will come into him and resurrect him. Then Jesus said to Savannah that Pope Francis will then come and tell everyone to worship Obama, and will tell everyone that Obama is God. Jesus told Savannah in this vision that Satan is a copycat. And Jesus said, because I was raised to life after 3 days, so Satan will also cause Obama to rise after 3 days. And Obama's resurrection will cause many people to believe a big lie that Obama is God. And then they will worship Obama. Then Savannah said she saw Obama sitting in the temple in Jerusalem, and he was telling everyone that he is God. And many people will believe this lie. Then in the vision, Obama told everyone to worship the idols and statues that were in the temple. And she said that the idols and statues looked like devil's faces. And the people began to worship them. Then she said that the devil in Obama will make the idols speak. Savannah said she also saw lots and lots and lots of locusts that looked like horses, and they were flying around everywhere and stinging people. So that was Savannah's
God was 100% with me in these dreams. So Barack Obama and Pope Francis were underneath the Vatican, and the Lord showed me that there are vaults beneath the Vatican. So as we were basically following Obama and Pope Francis to these secret rooms, they stopped and went into this one room that was part of the entrance to one of the vaults. So Obama is basically waiting in the room. Pope Francis goes into the vault and grabs these different sorcery and witchcraft and dark entity cursing books. So once he gets out of the vault, he basically removes the rug that was on the floor, and out from underneath the rug was one of the witchcraft stars. I can't think at the moment of what they're called. But anyways, so Obama and Pope Francis start doing the rituals of these different sorcery books. So as they're doing these satanic rituals, all of a sudden, Pope Francis became demonically possessed. His eyes turned black, and he started oozing out blood out of his eye sockets. As Pope Francis is taken over by a demonic entity, he grabs a dagger from one of the drawers of the table. As him and Obama are continuing the rituals, he basically, with the dagger in his hand, he stabs Barack Obama in the head right here. kills Obama, Obama basically is dead on the floor, right there on the whatever you want to call that demonic star. Anyways, Obama is basically dead for 3 days, and on that third day, as part of the ritual, he basically is possessed by the spirit of the Antichrist, and he's resurrected back to life. They're doing these rituals as a mockery to the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. So on and so forth. So that's the way how the first dream ended. February or March of 2020. The Lord gave me another part to the meaning of the same meaning. So the scene basically, which was a continual of the first dream. So you had a total of a couple nations. There was about 10, just like Revelation talks about, and they're all basically around the circle table, and it's up there in the UN building where all the green tiles are against the wall that you see like the politicians speak at. And around this table, these 10 nations sign what they're supposed to sign on the deal of the century, the one that Trump just came out with. Trump's not the Antichrist. A lot of y'all will basically get confused with me saying the deal of the century. But anyways, Barack Obama basically modifies it, includes the building of the third temple. So after the 10 nations basically sign where they're supposed to sign, Barack Obama being in the center of the table, and as Obama is in the center of the circular table, he signs the final signature in order to get the third temple built. And then the scene fast forward from that all the way over to where the third temple was already built. And then the Jewish rabbis basically had this crown waited to be given to the Mashiach, aka the Messiah. And then the rabbis basically gave it and placed it on Obama's head. He declared himself as to be God and the ruler of the world, and I'm going to let you know the second that this happens, all hell breaks loose on the earth. I'm talking about things that I seen from the grasshoppers with human faces with scorpion tails. It's something that you would see like from a Hollywood movie. And the atmosphere of the earth rolling up like a squirrel, asteroids, meteorites, everything you can think of falling to the earth. The sun was basically scorching everyone, worse than second-degree burns, almost like their flesh was melting off because of the heat of the sun. People are not going to be able to understand, but I'm giving you this warning now because right now, this is the part where I'm talking about, because I saved it for the last. I know exactly how Obama will get the power. Some of y'all may think that I'm a conspiracy theorist. So God's not done with America quite yet. God's not done with Trump yet. Things are things are being done behind the scenes that nobody knows. I'm not going to go into details because I'm not going to sit here and argue with those of y'all that may make comments in the comments section. But when everything is said and done and everything is exposed, people are going to be arrested. From high powers are going to be arrested. Tribunal arrests are coming. So buckle up. When you see all this, you're going to be in shock. This is part of God's plan. The things that are going to be done. This is not a moment to accuse the prophets of saying that they were wrong, that they got the prophetic wrong, that they misinterpreted the prophecies wrong. Donald Trump will have his second term.
Today I want to share with you a prophetic dream. This dream is shocking, friends. On February 8, 2019, the Lord gave me a prophetic dream of the Antichrist receiving a mortal gunshot wound to his head as you ready for this? As a false flag event. So the Lord showed me in a very tragic looking incident. It was a visit of President Barack Obama to a certain city, and that city was in the USA. He suffered a so-called mortal gunshot wound to the head region. In this dream, I was with the president, I was communicating with him, and it was as though he had no security detail at all. He was poorly guarded. And then suddenly I was standing over him, triaging a gunshot wound to his head neck region. There was so much blood that it was difficult to determine where the injuries were. He was talking to me the entire time as though he knew everything ahead of time. He even had an artificial airway in his neck so that he could have rescue breaths given with ease. Okay, if you're a medical person, you'll be scratching your head about that. He was drowsy appearing, but he was cooperative. And he even showed me during the incident where to hook up the Ambu back, like he was pointing to his neck. He was pointing to his neck and he's like indicating, no, this is where you're going to give me rescue breaths. And in the dream, I was taking his vital signs. I reached over to grab the blood pressure cuff, and I paused momentarily, kind of like, wow, this medical equipment looks really outdated. It looked like it was from a Hollywood set, friends. The blood pressure cuff, it wasn't even his size. You know, he's kind of he has skinny arms, and the blood pressure cuff that was available for me, it looked like it was for someone who was at least twice his size. And you need the proper size, proper fitting blood pressure cuff to get an accurate blood pressure. It was as though the entire incident was completely staged. One of my friends here, one of my friends in Dayton, he's a critical care physician. He was working with me on the president. He was sitting there doing the official documentation. And again, I was gathering his vital signs and such. And my goodness. Again, friends, Barack Obama, he knew that this incident was going to happen. And he was participating in his own emergency medical care the entire time.